This is vlog number 2, Unit 2, Indians, Empires, and the Fur Trade. Currently living as a 19th century sailor. How does my life compare to a 18th century fur trader, and whose life is harder? That's a tough question. How does it compare? Well, first things first, I'm on a ship. The other bloke was not. At least, not in the context we're discussing him. You could get randomly attacked by Native Americans for angering one of them, or, you know, starting a war, moving into their homeland, ecological destruction, any number of reasons. However, 19th century sailor could get impressed, get attacked by pirates. Much the same with 19th century sailors risking more infection. I think scurvy was figured out at that point, but still. You lose a limb in the rigging, fall off the rigging. The hierarchy was more example-based punishments than anything else. You had that to worry about if you messed up. I'd say the 19th century sailor's life was probably more dangerous and probably more difficult under the hierarchy and the fact that they didn't get a lot of sleep, that they had their immune system taxed by what they were doing, and they had not great nutrition. Fur trader did have to deal with winter, but so did the sailor, so yeah, I'd call the sailor's life harder. Now, my life compared to either of these people is fine. I'm not living under example-based punishment, and my nutrition is fine. So, yeah. Contrary to the liberty, independence, and autonomy enjoyed by French fur traders who've ceded yours to live in our strict hierarchy, as you've discovered, you're surrounded by rules, then absolutely better follow them. Why is so much hierarchy on board the Niagara? What would happen without that hierarchy? Well, I had better follow it. That's the reason why. Because if we didn't have it, we couldn't do coordination, and this thing wouldn't go anywhere. And if we didn't have that, even if we did get it going somewhere, it would crash and burn, and we would all die. So that's pretty important. The hierarchy is necessary. Even in areas with, even on pirate ships and such, a captain could not be questioned during combat for the exact express purpose of somebody needs to be making decisions. Even if they're not the best decisions, they're still decisions. And everybody's gonna follow it. Man, I hope this is all being recorded. So without that hierarchy, we all die. Why is there so much hierarchy? Because it is absolutely necessary and critical for the ship's success. Given the choice, probably the 18th century fur trader. They didn't have as much chance of infection. They didn't have the strict hierarchy, which meant one mistake and death. They were responsible for themselves and themselves only. And yeah, they got to choose how long they would be out. Meanwhile, on a sailing ship, that decision is made for you in two ways. You're going somewhere, so there's that. You aren't able to just turn around easily. And you've got the wind to worry about, so now I've got to end this.